back to my channel. In this video I am going to teach you about the Biot-Savart's law. So this Biot-Savart law is used to calculate the magnetic field. So in last video we have studied that whenever current is flowing in a wire, so around that wire the magnetic field will be produced. So now in this video we will study how much amount of magnetic field will be produced at a particular point. So for that let's start. So this is a wire. So in this wire, if I amount of current is flowing, so now we will take a point P here. Now we want to calculate the amount of magnetic field produced at this point P. This is a wire. In this wire, if I amount of current will be flowing, means is at the surrounding region the magnetic field will be present. So now how much amount of magnetic field is produced at this point P, that we want to calculate. So for that we will use this Biot-Savart law. So using this Biot-Savart law, we cannot calculate the magnetic field produced because of this complete wire. Means for this whole wire we cannot calculate. We can calculate only for the small part, because whatever the magnetic field produced at this point P because of this whole wire, it depends on the size, shape and distance of wire and the point P. So it depends on all these factors. So for that we cannot calculate for complete wire. So for that reason we will take a small part of this wire, and this small part is denoted as dl and it is called as the current element. So first we will calculate for this small part, and after that we will do integration. Then we can calculate for the whole wire, means we can get the magnetic field for the complete wire. So after that what we will do means we will join these 2 points, and this distance we will take it as vector r. And next this is the angle theta, means this theta is the angle between current element and the vector r. Current element and vector r, this is the angle theta, and P is at a distance r from the current element. So now I will write about the Biot-Savart law, that vector dB is equals to, actually magnetic field is denoted by letter B. Here I am writing dB because we are calculating the magnetic field because of this small current element. If the current element is very small, means the amount of magnetic field produced is also very small. So for small magnetic field we will write it as vector dB. So next after that, this dB is written as mu naught divided by 4 pi I multiplied by dl vector cross vector r divided by r cube. So this equation is called as the Biot-Savart law, but this equation is in vector form. So I will write here vector form. Next, this same equation can be written in the scalar form as dB is equals to mu naught divided by 4 pi, this is I, dl cross r can be written as dl r sin theta, because we have studied that vector A cross vector B cross product can be written as AB sin theta. So here I will write it as dl r sin theta. So dl r sin theta divided by r cube. So here one r will be cancelled. So this equation can be written as dB is equals to mu naught divided by 4 pi, this is I dl sin theta divided by r square. So this equation we will call it as the Biot-Savart law in scalar form. Actually we use scalar form in most of the cases. Means generally in all the cases whenever we are solving the problems we will use scalar form because it is easy to use. But this formula we will use whenever we want to calculate the direction of the magnetic field, because in this case we will get the dl and the vector r. So this formula we will use to calculate the direction of magnetic field, and this formula we will use to calculate the magnitude. This is easy to use. And next after that I will explain you about this equation. So here dB is directly proportional to. So say here this value is taken as constant. Mu naught divided by 4 pi is, this value is a constant. Only these things are variable. So dB is directly proportional to I. Why I am writing dB is directly proportional to I means, see here at this point P magnetic field is produced. Why the magnetic field is produced? Who is the main reason to produce the magnetic field? So our answer is current is the main source. If there is no current in the wire, then there will be no magnetic field. So current is responsible to produce the magnetic field. So when you increase the current in this wire, so what we have observed means magnetic field is also increased. If you decrease the current, magnetic field at this point P also decreases. So this dB is directly proportional to I. Next, after that, dB is directly proportional to dl. This is our current element. If you increase the length of the current element, then what happens means the number of charges increases. If the number of charges increases, current will increase. If current increases, again magnetic field will increase. So dB is directly proportional to dl. Next, after that, dB is directly proportional to sine theta. Why dB is directly proportional to sine theta means, suppose if this is the point P, instead of taking the point P here, if you take the point P here, then what happens means, see here, this is the current element and this will be the distance between the current element and the point P. Now see the angle, this angle will be 90 degree. So if theta value will become 90, so sine 90 value will become 1. So sine 90, if it is sine 90, then it is taken as the maximum value. Suppose instead of taking the point P, if you take the point P here, then what happens means, this is the current element and this is the vector R. Both are on the same point means theta value will be taken as 0 degree. If sine 0 value, if you take sine 0, then its value is always 0. 0 means no magnetic field, means minimum. If you take here, it will be minimum. If you take exactly on the same current element, then it will be 0. So here it is maximum and here it will becomes minimum, means the magnetic field is dependent on the theta value also. So dB is directly proportional to sine theta. Next, after that, dB is inversely proportional to r square. Why it is inversely proportional to r square means, if you increase this distance, instead of taking point P, if you take point P here, then what happens means the distance increases. As distance increases, magnetic field will become weaker. Magnetic field become weaker means its magnitude will become less. So for this I will give you one example. If you take a table fan and if you are standing in front of that, nearer to that fan, then you will feel more air. But if you are far from the table, then you will feel less effect, means you will feel less air. Means as distance increases, its effect will become weaker. So here also same, if you increase this distance, if you increase the R value, magnetic field will becomes weaker. So dB is inversely proportional to r square. Next, after that, this value is taken as the constant. Mu naught divided by 4 pi value is constant, and mu naught by 4 pi value will take it as 10 to the power of minus 7, and this mu naught is called as the permeability of free space. Permeability of free space. In electrostatics also you have studied about permeability, permittivity. In that case, in electrostatics we are using the constant 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon. This constant we are using in electrostatics. So similarly here we are using mu naught divided by 4 pi in case of the magnetic field. So this is all about the Biot-Savart law. So this Biot-Savart law can be used only for the current element, not for the whole wire. For whole wire, if you want to calculate, in the next class we will study application of the Biot-Savart law, Ampere's law, all those things we will study, and in that case we can calculate for complete wire. But using this Biot-Savart law, we cannot calculate for the complete wire. Means this is one of the disadvantage of this Biot-Savart law, that we cannot calculate for complete wire. This Biot-Savart law is applicable only for the current element, means for the small part of the wire, and this small part, what we will call it as the current element. So this is all about Biot-Savart law. And next, after that, one thing, magnetic field is a vector quantity. If it is a vector quantity, means it should have some direction. Now we want to determine its direction. Here at this point P, the magnetic field is there. Now using this Biot-Savart law we can calculate the magnitude. But next another thing comes, that what is the direction of the magnetic field. So to determine the direction of magnetic field, that we will do in the next class. So if you are so in next video we are going to study that direction of the magnetic field. So stay tuned.